Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones, rocking the bear market beard. Hey, I'm going to talk at the end of this of something that's going on and something actually that kind of messed me up a little bit. And I'm going to talk to you guys at the end of it, right? But here's what I want to talk to you about. Just expect this week, and I know I've said this a lot, and I don't want to be status quo and just say it's going to be a rough week, a volatile week. This is going to be from now until the 2nd of April. All you're going to hear about is tariffs wars, tariffs on top of tariffs, and potential deals being done. And I want you guys to be aware of what's going on. On yesterday's video, I believe it was yesterday's video, I mentioned how if you go back in time, regardless of what happened to America or the market, be it COVID, be it recession, all of these things, and then go back even further to every time there was a war or onset of war, you will clearly see that the S&P 500 bottomed out before the war was over. Everything, you look at the stock market during COVID, everything bottomed out shortly after the country shut down. And clearly you could see that was the best time to buy. In the recession of 2007 through 2010. So we used 2008. Actually, it was between 2007 and 2009. That's what the recession was. But we call it the recession of 2008 because that's where things bottomed out, to my point. And so I want you guys to be aware that there is times to buy. Let me hit you off with some of the things that I start setting, and I talked about it in my money moves, some of these, and I started buying. Okay, I started buying a little, just nibbling on TQQQ. Remember, that's leverage. That's the smallest position I'm buying. But here's what I'm actually buying, and I set a daily buy order. You can do that on apps like Robinhood. You can do that on just different platforms where you can actually buy daily and buy fractional shares. Follow? So I'm doing this also, I'm doing this in Webull, where I'm buying Tesla, even with the hard news. Now remember, on the live, I agreed with Keenan when he said, I'm not putting any big money in Tesla right now because I believe it has further to fall because of all of the things that Elon is doing and not doing. Okay, there was a sign on Friday that when Elon showed up to his company and took the leadership role, the stock started to move up, right? He showed up and Tesla moved up. And so what I'm going to tell you guys is we look at opportunities to buy. So I'm not putting any big money into Tesla right now, but I am purchasing daily. I'm nibbling daily. So I'm nibbling on Tesla. I'm nibbling on Palantir. I'm nibbling on Snow, SNOW, TQQQ, and Costco. I am nibbling on, meaning I'm buying daily, right? And I'm not doing it. My app is doing it for me. So I set it and forget it. How long will you be buying, Larry? Again, it's not big sums, it's small sums. So I'm doing it in bite-sized pieces to where it don't hurt me. I don't have to think about it. But every time I make moves like this, it works. And of course, I'm buying QQQ, okay? For the long haul. TQQQ is always a swing trade for me. TQQQ and SQQQ are SQQQ. They are always swing trades for me. I never ever hold them long. If you do that and it's been working for you, that's good. Congratulations, but not your boy. I don't do it. Those are swing trades. Now, QQQ, I buy when they're beat down under 10%. I mean, it's down around 13% now as we speak. So I'm buying that and holding that for the long haul. I can hold that for the next 10 years. I keep buying. The 200-day moving average, I keep buying. I just do what has worked historically for me. So I want you guys to take this information and look at it. And then the same thing right now with crypto. You can see even some of the meme coins are starting to come back. I was looking at Bunk and Pepe. They're starting to, over the last couple of days, they're starting to bottom out and come back, like, you know, and those are the things that you look at. But I'm buying more Bitcoin, and I'm buying daily still Bitcoin, and because I don't believe it's over. And that's why I'm buying. Even, believe it or not, XRP, when it bottoms out and it's just, yeah. In times like these, I start to DCA daily again, right? And so that's what I'm telling you guys. I'm doing anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. But I will tell you 80% of my money is into this. I'm reinvesting in the stock market right now, right? Remember, I already have full positions in crypto. So I want you to do what's best for you, right? So now, I think I covered everything. We had all of this data that came out last week, as you guys saw and witnessed to. But now, April 2nd is supposed to be when these huge tariffs hit. And if there is a deal by that date or on that date, you're going to see that you should have been buying. And I know I see some people in the comments, you know, Larry, you YouTubers should just should let everybody know that this is done. The market is a scam. No, sir, the market's not a scam. The market was here before your mama's mama was born. Actually, the New York Stock Exchange was established just a few years after the United States, 1792. And it has a historical data, which I'm going to follow. So I will follow that than you losing money and getting your feelings hurt and say the whole market is a scam. Well, we make money off of this scam, right? And I'm not being mean to you, but that's your opinion. Just say, hey, I don't like it, but don't tell me I need to tell everybody it's a scam. And that's never going to happen, right? It's never going to happen. We can make money just like the big boys make money, right? Because we follow the big boys and then we become the big boys with our bags. Now, it's Sunday. You guys know I'm a believer. You guys know I am unapologetically a follower of Christ. And I shout out to everybody, the religions, all of the different religions. We got a lot of Muslim brothers here. We love you guys. You are more than welcome here. We welcome. We got people that's from the Sikh religion. We got people from different religions that when I travel around the world, I meet you guys, and I love talking to you guys. This is what this page is all about. It's all encompassing because all I got for you is the truth here, right? And we're respectful of other religions, not like some of the other things. We're respectful because everybody has the right to believe what they believe. But me, as for me, I'm a follower of Christ, and I'm going to tell you what just happened to me. I was eating at a breakfast spot, and I've eaten there often, and I usually take a short route. I come out, I turn left. But I'm telling you, while I was eating breakfast, something said, go home a different way. Now, for those of you that are believers, that's the VOG, voice of God, or VOC, voice of Christ, right? And a lot of times we ignore this. Now, if you're here just for the stocks and crypto, you can go ahead and check out because I'm done talking about that right now. You can go ahead and sign off. But if you want to hear further truth, then please stay on because there's always something to learn. And I leave to go left, and then this voice comes in my head, said, I told you to go right. And you know, sometimes when you hear that voice and it tells you to go right, you just avoided an accident. So I just thought it was one of those, but you never see the accident, so you don't even know if it was any good or not because you never see the accident, right? So I'm thinking this is one of those. So I go right, which is a longer route, and I'm arguing with myself. This literally just happened. And so I go right, I turn around, and I see this homeless guy, right? And I pass right by him. And because I'm arguing with myself, I didn't follow my 3-second rule. Just do it. And I pass him, I stop, and this voice this still voice says, that's why I had you come this way. So I turn around, right? I'm in this car, and I'm like, I wish I was in my Jeep. I wish I was dressed down. I'm going all of this. I'm being quite honest with you guys, just as open as I could be. And I said, hey, brother, how you doing? Hey, man, how you doing? Da, da, da. I said, why you out here? He just raised his hands. I said, you hungry? He said, yeah. I said, you want to come down the street? And I said, get in and I'll just bring you down the street. And he just looked at me. You want me to get in your car? I said, yeah, man, I'll feed you. And he's like, nah. He says, you can just bring me some food, right? So then I said, why are you out here? Is there some city programs that, I can take you to, get you off the street, da 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 da. He's like, no, that I tried that, it didn't work for me, right? So I don't know what his story is. So I'm going, okay. And he says, I could use another blanket. It's like, I said, what can I do for you? He said, I can use another blanket. This man never asked me for money. And I know some of you are saying, oh, he just wanted so he can smoke or drink or do his crack pipe. And when you do a broad stroke like that, you're missing your blessing. You don't know. I'm telling you, he never asked me for a dime. So I called my buddy Ron, right? And I called my buddy Ron Lewis. You guys know, he was in the back seat. Y'all was joking that me and Josh had him hijacked, and y'all was saying, blink your eyes 3 times if you're being held against your will. That Ron. And Ron has been struggling because he told me that he wants to do acts of kindness, and that's all of the videos, but he doesn't want to do it for pride, and he doesn't want to do it to say, look at what I'm doing. And I know, I've been knowing Ron for 25 years now, over 20 years. And I know Ron's heart. He just does it. He does it all the time. He does it every day and never, ever talks about it. And then I said, well, people like us, sometimes we need to do it so we can encourage others to do it. So I'm here right now in front of, what's that? Dick's Sporting Goods. Because I'm not gonna just get him a blanket. I'm gonna get him a sleeping bag. And this man is out here, in the Midwest, cold. And so this is not about me right now. Right now, money is not. My concern is not money every day. Since 2020, I haven't woke up one morning and worried about money. Since 2020, I worry about, am I doing God's will? I worry about, okay, I got time, how much time I have. I'm thinking about legacy, and am I doing God's will? Because at the end of the day, I want him to say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. And I'm challenging you to do good. So I told Ron, I said, Ron, just start the page. You're going to get some hate. But I know Ron, I said, Ron, start the page of acts of kindness. I'll join in with you, and we'll invite the public with you. If you guys think he should do it, just say it. So here's the deal. He'll do it. Excuse me, I just got through eating breakfast. And I said, just give every dime away, every dime, from YouTube for anything else. Let's just continue to give every dime away, and just encourage people to do the same. So I know I've seen him 20 years ago just do things that other people wouldn't do. Even as a business owner, I've seen him just go in his pocket and bless people, okay? And so this is not his first time, but I know his heart. More importantly, God knows his heart. So I'm asking you to help my friend Ron to see if he should do it. But I'm also challenging you to do what you have. I'm gonna end by saying this. And some of you heard me say this before. Everybody that knows me, people who are at my birthday party, they know me, and they know I just want everybody to win. So what I'm going to say is that I used to ask God, please, I need a lot of money. God, I need to be a millionaire because I want to do some things. And God spoke back to me right then. Start with the $20 in your pocket. Start with the $5 in your pocket. See, we always say what we're going to do if I had more, instead of meeting people where you are right now and meeting them where they are right now. The good book says, prove me, means prove it to me. All right. And so he's waiting on you, right? If you got a dime above $1, you can help somebody else. And that's what I'm telling you. And I'm charging my followers to look at this world different and be the change. You be the change. Don't worry about anybody else. You be the change. So I did. I started many years ago when I had bills on the table. I would help other people when I had bills on the table, when I was worrying about, are they going to have a layoff on the job? So start where you are now. And I can tell you, when you do have money, if money doesn't change who you are. And so now I don't look at, I need a Lambo. I don't need all that garbage. I just don't need all that stuff, right? And so I could tell you the more money I make, the less I spend, because money, you always think, if I had this money, how would I feel? I'm going to tell you how you would feel. You would feel like, if you got the right heart, you would feel like, am I doing the right things? Am I living my life to the fullest? Am I being effective to God's people? You cannot love God and not love his people, right? So that's what I'm charging you guys with today. And for those of you that stuck around and you were just here for the stock, this is who I am. I keep it real, and I'm going to keep it real, like good or bad. I'm going to just keep it real with you guys. And this is what I wanted to say. And I know the algorithm right now in this video is going, is he talking about stock? He's talking about God. He's talking about religion. So it's just like, man, it's just going crazy. But I'm glad you guys stuck around. And if I could help change the mind of one person, then I believe this video was a success. And I always say this, the heart has a mind. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he or she. And so it has to enter your mind before it enters your heart. All right. I love you guys. Young, old, middle-aged, white, black, Hispanic, Italian, it doesn't matter. Muslim, Sikh, Protestant, it doesn't matter. We're all God's people. And there's one true and living God, and he's the God and creator of us all. But the test is how we treat one another. Okay? I love every one of you. We'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn. Hey, good people, I'm right around the corner. I just got this backpack, and I'm about to go back and give it to this guy. Listen, I know about Matthew 6, okay? And it says, don't do your good deed publicly to be admired by others, okay? For you will lose your reward. So that's not what this is. But I'm going to also tell you that the good book also says to know to do good and not do it is sin, right? So you got to rightly balance. You guys are here for stocks and crypto and all of that. So that whole admire part of that, I already have that. All right. I admire you guys. You admire, we can agree on that, right? I admire you. You admire me. We can agree on that. But this message is to kind of like simply start a wildfire, meaning like a ripple effect, should I say? It's been too many fires. A ripple effect. Just want to ask you to do the same thing in your community, and you can come back here and say, you know what? Because you did a good deed, I did a good deed. Okay, that's what this is all about. And it's really about my buddy Ron. And I just told him I continue to do good, which he does, and I believe he's blessed because of it. But I don't watch a lot of like housewives arguing one another, blah blah blah. I watch YouTube, and when I do, I watch, I don't know why, but lions going in for the kill. I watch all of those, so that's what YouTube always feeds me, and I just like it. Unfortunately, I like it when the other animal escapes, like they fight. I watch a lot of that, but I watch a lot of these do good videos. I do. And these guys just giving away money and asking for a hug and then blessing somebody that gave them the hug, because that's contagious, right? I watch a lot of those. I'm a sap in that space. All right, so I'm not going to show this person because that's not cool. And he's right around the corner here. I got the phone. I got the phone up. You guys go, man, I came here for stocks and crypto and you doing all of this. hey, this is not how my day started. And when I press go on this video, it's not how it started. But, you know, sometimes you got to do what you're led to do, right? We call that the spirit. If the spirit leads you to do it, then do it. All right. There's another gentleman over here talking to him. So let's see what's going on. Right. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, brother? It should keep you warm, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, help to keep you warm. All right, how you doing, man? Yep. So hey, man, I'll come through later and check on you, but you really need to come out off the street. And I know you hear that all the time. You trying to tell them that?
That's my brother.
That's your brother?
That's my brother.
Wow.
You don't want to come off the street.
Why you don't want to come off the street, man?
Working on it in the name of Jesus.
You working on it? Okay, man. Listen to your brother, man. You the older brother?
I'm the big brother.
You the big brother? Man, your brother loves you, man. He trying to get you off the street, man. You got to understand, this breaks his heart to see his blood.
It kills me, G. It's tearing me up inside.
Yeah, man. Listen to your brother, man. Listen to your brother. He's older. He got older for a reason. Listen to your brother, right? Every decision you make is not just about you. It's about the people that love you too. And whatever you're doing, remember, you got to remember your brother. It's not, the decisions you're making is not just going to affect you. It affects your brother and all your loved ones. Trust me when I tell you. Yep. All right, man. Blessings to you, brother.
You are?
Huh?
You are?
I'm Larry Jones.
William.
Yep, William. Pleased to meet you, William. I gave him a little something to get a little food, man. I just, God just told me to just drive this way. I usually drive the other way. God said, drive this way, and then I saw him.
I got the kids in the car, and I drive past, and I see him. I ain't seen him in a while.
Wow. So you just driving by and you saw him?
I should take the kids back to the house.
Wow.
He out here. And every time I tell him, I gave him my number. I told him, man, look, you need to come off the streets. It's finna get cold.
Yes.
This is when it was warm outside.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, listen to your brother, man. Just listen, okay? Just listen, all right? Okay, man. Well, you be blessed. You're a good brother. You're a good brother.
Appreciate it.
Guys, y'all heard that. Sorry about hitting the phone. Y'all heard that, man. That's crazy. So I'm going to cut this off because I don't want to drive and be doing this. I'll see y'all later, man. We got a lot of work out here to do, right? Go check on your loved ones.